So I'm gonna try and do this. I don't know if it's gonna work. And yes, I can turn the camera around. I will post the picture of what I suctioned out of a person's lungs attached to this, hopefully somehow, because I was trying to do it in a camera video, but I can't switch the camera around to show you what I want to show you. But your freedoms and rights and liberties that you are complaining about, that you think that you have to be able to go spread everywhere and that other people should stay home if they're scared, kiss my ass. And I'm going to tell you that right now. I got to work tonight and I had to work very hard and suction out this nasty goober out of a patient's lungs. And it's just a tiny bit of the entire lung that is being affected, with this big goober that blocked off the entire tube. So you want to go spread this virus everywhere that's actually not a respiratory virus, we have found. It's a virus that is affecting the vessels, and it's causing the endothelium to slough off. So there's a bunch of dead cells that are blocking up your arteries, which holds your blood, which your body has to pump to work. And we have people who are dying of blood clots for unexplained reasons because of this virus, but you want to go out and go shopping in the garden section at Home Depot and Walmart because you think that your freedoms and rights are being infringed upon. I'm a Trump supporter, but I'm on the Democratic side when it comes to the attitude about this virus because I'm the one saving the damn lives. But the goober that I sucked out, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. Okay, this is the trachea. Okay, these go to the lungs. The goober I sucked out was in the shape of these little bronchioles. Do you see those? All those goobers. There are millions of these terminals and branches in your lungs, okay? If you look over here, this is like the generations, and this is what we're looking at when the lungs split off. So all this shit is getting blocked up in your lungs, okay? People can't breathe because of this. All that tissue is just gunking up those airways, and you think that it's okay to go shopping in the garden section at Walmart because your freedoms and liberties are being infringed upon. How about the freedoms and liberties of people to freaking breathe? I got a 19-year-old up in there right now. 19. That's who I sucked that goober out of. A 19-year-old. So you do not have the right to just go do whatever the hell you want in a state of emergency and bash our government because you think that your selfish reasons are way more important. Listen to your lawmakers, listen to your governors, because they're dealing with other people behind the scenes. They're not just consulting whatever the hell they think. They're talking to doctors, they're talking to scientists, they're talking to a bunch of people, and most of you do not understand statistics and p-values. And I suggest you use all this free time that you have to bitch on the internet to learn a little bit more about those topics, because it does affect the American people. It affects the whole damn world. And the people in the Garden State in New Jersey, they're not worried about their damn gardens right now. They're trying to breathe. So I'm going to post the goober. And for those of you who are going to be grossed out, I need you to understand what we are dealing with in these ICUs and every one of these patients. That goober that I suctioned out is also happening in the arteries. So imagine all these people who are recovering from COVID who have thick blood and are dying of strokes and pulmonary embolisms for no other reason other than the fact that they're fighting a virus. And they have had people reinfected. So just because you get it doesn't mean you have an immunity to it. So my friend Nick, herd immunity, I suggest you look up other words and not focus on one thing when it comes to this virus. I am angry because some of the attitudes of you are nothing but selfish. You are not on the front lines. You are not in the ICU dealing with this, and you do not see firsthand what the hell we're dealing with. This is not the flu. Not at all. We don't see these goobers and this nastiness with the flu. And I actually made a comment during cold and flu season that, damn, these patients are dry and there's no secretions to suction out of them. Even their mouth is dry. Not these folks. So this is not the flu. And the flu has a vaccine. The flu has an antiviral. We have research on the flu. The reason it's called novel virus is because it is new. We don't have any of that. So quit comparing it to the flu because it is not the same. You cannot compare apples to oranges. Look at statistics and educate yourselves before you open your selfish mouths, because people are fighting for their lives at very young ages. It's not just old people dying off. I am so sick of your misinformation. Educate yourselves.